Computerized sewing machines have made sewing buttonholes simple and reliable, producing consistent professional-looking results every time. In this video, I'll demonstrate automatic buttonholes on two different machines so you can see how the process compares. Hello and welcome to the Sewing Whisperer, and welcome to the second video in the buttonhole playlist. In this series, we'll cover everything you need to know to confidently choose, position and sew button and buttonholes to a professional standard. Before sewing buttonholes on your project, I always recommend sewing a test buttonhole on a scrap of the same fabric. This allows you to check whether your machine sews the buttonhole forward or backwards and ensures the settings produce a neat result on your fabric. Always refer to your machine manual for the recommended settings and operation. To create a great resource for future projects, sew samples of all the buttonhole sizes available on your machine, including both standard and keyhole buttonholes. Label each sample with its size and mark where the buttonhole starts, as I've done here. This creates a valuable reference that saves time in future projects. I use mine constantly, and I also kept similar samples in the classroom to assist my students. Let's start with the Pfaff Creative 2170 and sew a standard buttonhole. Start by locating the buttonhole foot that's relevant for your machine. For this machine, a one-step buttonhole foot is needed, as well as this extra plate called a Sensormatic buttonhole guide. This is an older machine, so you probably won't have one of these. Remove the current foot and attach the buttonhole foot. In my case, I need to slide the Sensormatic guide into position. Locate the buttonhole options in the setting for your machine. I'm going into the buttonhole settings and picking the standard buttonhole. This machine lets you choose the size of the buttonhole within the buttonhole setting. Most of the newer machines allow you to place the button in the back of the foot to set the buttonhole length, which I'll cover later in this video. Remember that buttonholes should generally be sewn 2 to 4 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch longer than the button itself, as we discussed in the buttonhole explained video. I've measured the button shown here and set the buttonhole 2 to 3 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch longer than the button. This machine starts at the back of the buttonhole and moves forward. Place the marked buttonhole under the foot with the needle aligning with the back end of the buttonhole, ready for the machine to sew the buttonhole forward. Press the foot pedal and the machine will lower the presser foot and sew the buttonhole automatically. Keep your foot on the pedal until the buttonhole is complete. The machine will automatically lift the presser foot and trim the threads when finished. The beauty of the one-step automatic buttonhole is that the settings remain and many buttonholes can be sewn onto a garment, achieving very consistently sized and professional buttonholes. The standard buttonholes are used on shirts, blouses and dresses. To sew keyhole buttonholes, change the setting to the keyhole buttonhole. On this machine, the rounded keyhole end is sewn opposite the starting point because the keyhole should sit nearest the garment edge. My machine does the buttonhole the opposite end from where you start. The rounded keyhole sits near the edge of the garment. For my machine, that means placing the fabric so the back of the buttonhole will be sewn first. Place the marked buttonhole under the foot with the needle aligning with the back end of the buttonhole, ready for the machine to sew the buttonhole forward. Push the foot pedal and the machine will lower the presser foot and sew the buttonhole. Once again, the machine will automatically lift the foot and trim the thread when completed. Keyhole buttonholes are used on trousers, suits, jackets and outerwear. The next machine is the Janome Sewist 780DC. Let's have a look at the buttonhole foot. The small bar here is where the foot attaches to the machine. The foot pulls apart to insert the button. Place the button into position and push the foot so the button sits securely. This is the part of the foot where the buttonhole lever sits to tell the machine to stop at that length. Remove the current foot and attach the buttonhole foot. Pull the buttonhole lever down into position. select the standard buttonhole setting. Notice that this machine sews the buttonhole in the opposite direction to the Pfaff. This is exactly why I recommend sewing a test buttonhole first. Different machines start and finish in different places, and it's important to know where your buttonhole will begin before sewing on your actual garment. Place the fabric so the buttonhole starts about 0.75 to 1 centimetre or 3/8 of an inch from the edge of the fabric if sewing horizontal buttonholes. The needle should align with the start of the buttonhole. Lower the presser foot. Push the foot pedal and the machine will sew the buttonhole. Keep your foot on the foot pedal until the buttonhole is completed. The machine will make a beep sound when completed. Cut the thread, raise the presser foot and remove the fabric. The keyhole is sewn in exactly the same way, just select the keyhole setting. There are so many machines available today that offer automatic buttonhole features. Which machine do you have, and are you happy with the buttonholes it produces? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about your experiences. And that's a wrap on automatic buttonholes. Up next we'll look at creating buttonholes using a buttonhole dial. Be sure to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.